What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we beat the first gym in the game here in Rustboro City, and the leader Roxanne, the user of rock types. Pretty much just soloing it with Grovyle, and in today's part, we're going to be making our way to Dewford Town. If you remember, we ran into more Team Aqua Grunts, well, just the one Team Aqua Grunt as they were trying to steal stuff from Devon Corporation. Got that back, and then got a couple assignments from the president of Devon Corporation, and we also met Mr. Briney, who's going to take us to Dewford Town, which is also the home of the second gym in this game. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, as you see here, there is May, and she just asked to get our number. So we'll go ahead and register her in the Pokénav, which we got from Mr. Stone, the Devon Corporation president, in the last part. Past Mr. Brian Cuddleberg Woods. I guess he's on his way home to the cottage by the sea. How's your Pokedex come along? Mine's looking pretty decent. So how about a little battle? Sure. You just became a trainer. I'm not going to lose. I'm not sure if you can decline that, and she's going to be like, oh, come on, and convince you to do it, but we're going to take it on. My only worry is if we run into her starter, you know, maybe, but we're going to be like at least 3 levels higher. You know? Nature power, that doesn't attack based on the terrain you're standing on, so since we're not standing on like a regular tile, it's going to be swift, but like if you were standing on like a cave, I think it does a different move. Yeah, I know that's going to hurt. Oh shit, we might be in trouble here, honestly. I know this isn't going to do much, but it's going to recover just enough HP where we should survive this. And we don't. Well, I forgot to give Grovyle a Oranberry. And of course he's just using setup here on Zigzagoon. That would happen. And so we're going to start this episode with a loss. That's awesome. And just a burn for good night. Well, if I'd have known Zigzagoon could take an Ember, I would have switched out. Excellent. Well. Oh my gosh. Get away from me. Do we still have her on contact? Okay, yeah, we do. Rad neighbor May. I'm just going to pretend that didn't ever happen. Gosh dang. So we still register in Pokénav, but yeah, we just lost that battle. That's awesome. Okay. Well, let's just ignore that ever happened, I guess, and carry on here. I am not having a good night in terms of just overall luck of things, right? We lose that. And I probably mismanaged that to hell. I get it, but I'm a Colts fan, and I just watched us get our ass kicked. And I had Brock Purdy in fantasy for my fantasy football semifinals, and I was going to win. And then he threw a meaningless interception that docked me a point, and I lost my fantasy semifinal matchup by 0.28 points. So I'm not having a good night so far. So I was really hoping I could hop on here and have some positive things happen. But, yeah, not a good start there. You know what? I'm going to go back. I know this is annoying, but I'm going to backtrack, and I want to see what happens if you... if May is still there. This might be a complete waste of a trip. But for my ego, I want to go back and see if we can do that battle over again. Mostly for the experience. Yeah, I mean... I've kind of said this before, this is the game in the series where I have, or the main series I should say, where I have the least amount of recollection of, if you will. So I completely forgot about that battle. I thought it was just one where you register her in the Pokénav and then you carry on. I didn't realize we'd actually fight her. Slack Off, that's actually a pretty rare Pokemon you can find here, and honestly a pretty good one if you can get around its ability, which I think it's called Truant, or Truancy, whatever. Basically makes it so that it can't attack every other turn. But its base stats are very good, so I apologize I'm backtracking. I kind of wanted to get as far away from her as possible to start. But now my ego is saying otherwise. I kind of want to go back and rebattle. Okay, yes, you know what? I will rematch you, and you're right. You did just become a trainer, but I can't start things off on a loss here. Let's run this back here, May. Anyway, this is kind of why I was a little bit worried, even going into the gym, knowing we had the type advantage. We really needed to get a secondary team member here. And I do remember some of the rival battles in this game can be kind of tough. And of course now, she's not even going to freaking attack us. Right? She's going to use... I guess she's using Focus Energy. No critical hit. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are... we are in shambles here, boys. There was two things I couldn't have happen there. I couldn't have a critical hit, and I couldn't have a burn. I don't know. Okay, whatever. We beat her in the rematch, okay. You're better than I expected. Yeah, let's... Okay, yes. Yep, you already told me about Mr. Briny. Okay. Now let's get the hell out of here so that we got our comeuppets there. Now we can go see Mr. Briny, but anyway, like I was saying, not having a good night as far as, you know, fantasy football and just football fandom in general. I'm actually quite sad about things because, gosh dang, my team, Colts, we were 8-2. Now I'm going to make the playoffs. We're going to lose 7 straight games, most likely, to end the year. That'll probably be one of the biggest in-season collapses in history. My fantasy team, 5-9. I made the playoffs. I beat the 1 seed, or sorry, beat the 2 seed in the first round. And I had this miraculous comeback with Brock Purdy on the 1 seed. I'm up by like 0.88 points. Thinking, great, I'm going to win. Brock Purdy throws a meaningless interception in not garbage time, but Phillip Rivers ends up throwing a pick 6 like 4 plays later. So, and then none of my bets for the game hit. Although I didn't have that much money on that game because I refused to bet a lot of money on Colts games because I'm already preparing myself for disappointment just watching them. I don't need to lose money on it. So, but yeah, I was coming to this for what even, just solace? I don't know. I need some kind of positivity out of this. So starting off with a loss in May was not a good start, but I'm glad we can finish that. Yes, I saved your darling Pico. You want to sail with me. You have a letter bound for Duford and package for Slateboard. Quite a busy life you must lead, but certainly what you're asking is no problem at all. Come to the right man, we'll set sail for Duford. Yes, sir. And we get this kick-ass animation of us sailing on this boat that clearly is not big enough for 2 of our chubby characters to fit on, but whatever. You're gonna call from Dad. Oh, Jake, where are you now? It sounds windy wherever you are. I just heard from Devon's Mr. Stone about your Pokémon, so I decided to give you a call. It sounds like you're doing fine, so that's fine with me. You take care now. Okay. Registered Dad Norman. Okay. And good on Mr. Briny for not hitting and killing these swimmer NPCs. Alright, here we are in Duford Town. Yeah, see, no way both of our characters have fit on there. We fit Lane and Duford. I suppose you'll have to deliver that letter. Who was it now? Steven. Yes, indeed. Okay. Where do we find Steven in this business? Where's Steven? What's in vogue? Why it has to be overwhelming bike. I can't imagine what life. What? Overwhelming bike that... Yes. Okay. This is funny. Oh my god, Overwhelming Bike is the talk of the town. That guy has the same character model as Mr. Briney. If you and me teammates come home, we shall be the Overwhelming Bike duo, isn't that a right? This is great. How does this get created? Use my Overwhelming Bike, it's a bit much. Okay. Alright, well there you have it. Overwhelming Bike is the talk of the town here. And we get a fucking trainer battle. Okay, well at least I know you're a fisherman, so I have a good likelihood to actually beat you. Because I don't have to face something with type disadvantage against. But I can't do super effective against you because you have a poison subtype, so that's great. Okay. Don't hit yourself, Grovile. Come on. Good job. That's going to do super effective damage. Just don't poison me, please. Thank you. Good job. Alright. Ned. Ned's declassified. Fisherman Survival Guide. Okay. I think you can actually get one of the fisherman rods here in Dewford, but I could be wrong. Yes, please rest my Pokemon. Alright. So I need to talk around because I might actually want to make use of a fishing rod here. Don't want to spoil anything too much, but... Is it you? Yes! Okay, I knew you could get, yeah, you can get the old rod, which obviously isn't great. I'm gonna throw a little fishing device. Yep. Okay, thank you. Go up this way, there's nothing, but let me go ahead and register the fishing rod. And let's go ahead and do some fishing here, partners. Not even a nibble. Nice. I think there is something I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure you can find it with the old rod, but I'm not 100% certain. But I'm pretty confident you can. Well, geez, can we keep the line out there a little bit longer? Man, I can't do anything tonight, man. I can't beat our rival. Well, even though I did on the second try. I can't fish. I can't win in fantasy football. What the heck? Oh, there we go. I was like watching the screen. I wasn't ready to... Gosh dang, man. Nope. I feel like the time you keep the rod out there changes. Yeah, I don't know. The fisherman down there watching me fucking struggle. Okay, there we go. We got something. And it's coincidentally a Pokemon I want to add for the team. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and catch this Tentacruel here, and it's going to be the first member not named Grovile that we're actually going to use for the team. So, okay, thank you. Tentacles are really commonly found Pokemon, so you would think a Pokemon that's found, excuse me, as common as it is wouldn't be very good, but that's actually not the case. Tentacles are actually pretty solid Pokemon. They've got really good special defense, decent special attack, and pretty good speed as well. If Grovile could stop fucking hitting himself here, we might have a chance to catch this thing. But that remains to be seen if he doesn't stop hitting himself. And I'm gonna... I'm not whiting out to a wild freaking Tentacool. If this was a Nuzlocke run, I'd be in shambles right now. Thankfully it is not. Thank you for snapping out Confusion. Alright, I'm gonna start throwing Pokeballs at it now. But yeah, Tentacool water poison type, which is pretty good typing. Like I said, good special wall, good attacking stats, good speed. I think it's a really solid Pokemon, and it's also one of my favorite Pokemons design-wise, so we're going to go ahead and catch it here, and we got our water type for the team. So there we go. Our first complimentary team member, Tentacool the jellyfish Pokemon, 2'11", 100 pounds. Jeez. Its body is made almost entirely of water, and ensnares its foe with long tentacles and stabs with poisons. Yeah, you kind of forget that these wild Pokemon, at the end of the day, a lot of them are predators, and you know they gotta fend for themselves. So put that image in your mind. They're kind of killing and eating other Pokemon. So yeah, I wouldn't want to run into a Tentacool in the wild if I was like a little Magikarp. Be game over. But okay. So here in Dewford Town, I think I know where we need to go. Gosh dang it, dude. I can't even switch train with our Tentacool because I don't have him out, or have her out front, sorry. Do I want to take the time to switch train when this dude's going to have a bunch of Magikarps though? Let's just go right at him, I guess. Okay, at least we're getting one-hit KOs. At least we're easily sweeping through a team of Magikarps, okay? There's that. Alright, a level 7 Tentacool. I don't know the level range you can catch those Tentacools at, but I feel like level 10 is pretty good. And another Magikarp. This one does not get one-hit KO'd, but there we go. Alright. So, okay, so yeah, again, kind of similar to Gen 2 where they had the phone feature and people would give them, or give you their phone number. People in this game will register themselves in Pokénavs. Even if you don't want them, you have no choice. Alright. Granite Cave. It's awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. The guy came by earlier. Steven, I think it was. He knew how to use Flash, so he ought to be alright. But, well, for us hikers, helping out those we meet is our motto. Here you go, I'll pass this to you. The HM5. I don't know if we can even use it without the gym badge. Yeah. So I'm honestly not sure if we're supposed to carry on through Granite Cave or do the gym first, but let's just carry on a bit further here. Because Granite Cave might be another Pokemon I want to add to the team. Who could it be? Well, it wasn't a Zubat, as you saw, I just ran away from it. Also, let me just see. I'm not sure if Zigzagoon can learn Flash. No. That kind of sucks. So I think we'll just carry on without it. I mean, we'll be fine just hugging the walls. I think. And I kind of want to look for Pokemon in here anyway, so... We do have an escape rope if we get into a situation where I have no idea where the hell I'm at. We can just leave easily. Alright, an Aeron! This is something I really considered adding to the team, but I'm going to pass for this playthrough. I like Aeron a lot as a Pokemon, and generally I want to use Pokemon that I like over Pokemon that I just think are solely good. So I really thought about using Aeron in this playthrough, but at the same time, I want to use Pokemon that I don't really use a whole lot. And there are a couple other Pokemon in Pokemon Emerald that I want to try to use instead. However, I'm not dead set on that. Like, I have an idea what team I want to use going into the playthroughs, but there's always subject to change, you know, so maybe I'll catch one just for the sake of having one, and then if I ultimately decide not to use it, then I won't use it, but at least we'll have one, you know. So let me go ahead and see what we can do to this Aeron here. Try to soften it up a bit. And again, I'm going to catch it just so that we have one in case we get later down the line and I decide I want to use it. So. Jesus Christ. Nope. Ah, button mashing. Please hit yourself. Don't knock me out, please. We should survive that. Okay. Aeron is a rock and ground type, or maybe it's steel and rock. Steel and rock sounds right. So unfortunately, even if I'm trying to attack this thing, I don't really have the best means of attacking it, but we can soften it up a little bit here. But yeah, these things have ridiculously good physical defense and pretty good attack too. Kind of what you'd expect. They're really slow and have bad special defenses, but I mean, they're honestly pretty solid Pokemon. And I just like the design, and I really like its full evolution Aggron. So again, I don't plan on using one because there's some other Pokemon that I want to fill out the team with. But just in case things change, we'll go ahead and catch one here just for the hell of it. Now there is a Pokemon here in Granite Cave that I would actually like to get my hands on for the team. But I'm not sure how rare it is. So might have to do some off-screen looking, but anyway, we're kind of far enough into Granite Cave here that we're going to find Steven Stone eventually and give him his letter. Doesn't look like there's any trainer battles in here either, so it's not like you would benefit from doing the gym right away. Because it's... What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm trying to say, like, you can't get any extra levels in here unless you're going to grind a wild Pokemon, that is. But alright, Aaron, I think you're really cute. And I just caught one of you, but I'm kind of tired of seeing you. Just being honest. Okay. That's enough, man. We don't need to see any more of you. I just want to find Steven and then get the hell out of here and end this off. Which I thought he was up here, but maybe not. Can it just be the Pokemon that I want? No, it is not. Some of you might know what I could be looking for here. I think it's got a pretty rare encounter rate, so we might not be able to find it in this part. But if not, then I'll definitely lead the next part off with finding it. Alright, there's a ledge right here. No Steven Stone, though. Steven Stone, wherefore art thou, Steven Stone? What? I was literally about to say, thank God Tentacle outspeeds everything so we can get out of here. But no. It just has to be a little bit slower than this level 11 Zubat. Come on, man. Thank you. You know what, if we're not going to run into any trainers, let's not even take the chance of that happening again. Let's put Grovyle out front. Alright. I think I'm definitely going to come back to Granite Cave. Whoa! This is the Pokemon that I was looking for, Makuhita. So let's go ahead and try to catch this thing. Yes, Makuhita, a fighting type Pokemon, pure fighting type. And as its looks would suggest, it's got some decent bulk to it. Well, more so, it just has a bunch of HP. As far as the actual defense, I don't think it's that great, but it's got great attack like a lot of fighting types do, and it's got a ton of HP. However, I'm pretty sure this thing is actually kind of difficult to catch, so let's just pray that our 10 Pokeballs here are enough we can catch this thing. Okay, well that was absolutely no sweat at all. And I will freaking take that because I've just had a doozy of a time here. Makihita, 3'3", 190 pounds. This thing is a chode, the guts Pokemon. It loves to toughen up its body above all else. If you hear quaking rumbles in a cave, it is the sound of Makihita undertaking strenuous training. Yeah, so we're catching this thing, and he's one for the freaking gains. And now that we caught that, let's go ahead and get the hell out of here, because I don't feel like stumbling around blindly looking for Steven. I know we were already 3 floors into it, so you might think, well, let's just finish, but I think what I'm going to do instead is we'll heal up here and end this off. We'll do the gym battle next, and I might just teach Flash to... I really don't want to teach Flash to any of the Pokemon we actually want to use for the team. Because there's always the move deleter that we can forget the HM moves, but... literally, Grovyle's the only fucking one. Goddamn. That sucks. Can we... Oop, I did not want to go into this building. Well, while we're in here, what do you guys got to say? Farther across the sea to visit Dewford. About Brawley, so cool. Everyone idolizes him. Gorge your eyes on this. It's the Silk Scarf. It's the cutting edge of fashion. I'm pretty sure Silk Scarf is used to up normal type moves. Yes. Okay, so that honestly could be helpful for the gym. Okay, so we could sail back to Petalburg. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this off here. Let me go ahead and give the Silk Scarf to... well... what kind of moves is our boy working with? Tackle, Arm Thrust, focus on your Sand Attack. Yeah, I'm going to give the Silk Scarf to Grovyle just because Quick Attack might end up being our best attacking move. So we might as well raise the power of it as much as possible for the gym. So, yeah, that'll do it for this part. We caught 2 new members for the team, which, as we saw from the opening rival battle, is going to be a great help. We caught a 3rd potential team member. I'm going to keep Aaron in the party for now, but I'm not going to train her. But again, just in case I have a change of heart later on down the line, we've got one in the back pocket. I'm not sure where the daycare is in this game, so I can always drop her off there. And just in case we pivot and end up using her for the team. Because I do like Aggron, but I've used that line a lot before when I played these games. So, and there's some other Pokemon that I haven't really used a lot that I'm thinking of using for the team here. But anyway, Makihita and Tentacool are set members of the team, so that is for sure. So we've got some new friends for Grovyle. We're going to need it for the upcoming gym, which I'm pretty sure is pretty tough. So, I'm not even pretty sure. I know it's pretty tough. So anyway, that'll do it for this part. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was a really roller coaster episode, starting off with a loss to May, deciding not to do that, and then changing my mind, getting the Vengeance there, getting here to Dewford. It was a freaking mess, but anyway, we're ready for the gym. So we'll take on Brawley, and then I'll cut away. I'll go back to Petalburg to catch something that can learn Flash. That way we can get through Granite Cave without stumbling around blindly. So we can deliver the letter, and then go from there. So anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon Emerald. Goodbye.